So this video has a little bit to do with something about how to interpret magic. Okay, so what I drew from Buddhism was a powerful lesson. They have a lot of good shit in Buddhism. Don't get me wrong. I just talk shit. But Buddhism is phenomenal. Portal to human experiences that you have probably never had, and absent your participation in Buddhism, you will never have. You will die without them. And you will die telling yourself the entire time that if you didn't experience it, you can't miss it, or it didn't matter. Because that is what you are told, so that you have that exact experience and miss out on all those wonderful human traditions that were passed down for millions of years between what we call parent-child. So, couple things. Disclaimer. Oh, I'm anti-fascist. Proclaimed or whatever. Apart from that, I do have to recognize that my self-association with fifth world indigenous peoples, or the feminine struggle, or anybody else's struggle, is a self-projection of my own ego as if it matters. So, on that note, in one sense, I would just like to reiterate that I'm extending myself and I don't know. I'm a product of my justification for anti-fascism is I'm a product of fascism. Okay, so in not unlike most people or everybody you know or are related to, but in that product of fascism, again, as we all are, my disdain for it does not equate to a distinction from it. This is the most critical barrier we all need to reach in order to dismantle, bypass the bullshit revolutionary crap. Fuck the World War, apocalyptic, demise, mad, mutual assured destruction. Mutually assured destruction. I have to do this over again. Mutually assured destruction. You people are giving your kids mutually assured destruction, existence into the hands of strangers that you inherently know are corrupt. Mutually assured destruction. One button. Less than 30 minutes now. There's some of them are just 15 minutes away. And your kids' lives, that's the way you... But one would say, what can I do about it? First of all, you have to fucking never stop talking shit about it. And you can't censor. What would you censor? Why would you censor what you say? Are you scared that you're going to offend them? They're holding your children hostage. How can you speak highly of them, or nicely of them, or kindly of them? Unless You're too scared to tell your children. You're too scared to talk shit. And therefore, it's more critical that you convince your children that what you're actually portraying to them is a higher degree of some type of demeanor or character that so makes you immune to it, kind of floating on it, buoyant. Look, kids, I'm going to show you how to make it through this world. When you see authority, you obey. Right, kid? Just look. You need to look at me when I'm talking to you, right? You need to look right at me. Okay, look at me in the eyes. This is how it's going to be. You need to shake my hand firm, okay? Okay? All right? Okay? You get this? I'm going to show you how you're going to make it in this world. And we associate that as the same as the little Indian kid, 14 or 13-year-old, heading out into the forest on a spirit journey, or kicking it with the medicine man for a dance, or the spirit journey, or the Lakota Sioux Sundance, which has been banned, which, like it or not, should be reinstated. If they need to fucking reconnect with their shit, and it needs to be like that. But they can't, because these nice white Christians are saving them from themselves. Kill the Indian, save the man. So goes the system. But the magic. In this context, there's an underlying magic. It doesn't matter who you affiliate with, it just exists. So I do feel that I am tapping into it, but that does not in any way, shape, or form validate my self-association with any said group. Not that inherently, technically, they kind of don't see themselves as a group, but that's again part of the inherent tendency of fascist or fascism is to be well, there are certain things we won't be able to see. I mean, there is a point where, I don't know, like the fish, honestly, the only way you know you're out of the water is you're dying. Right? And then what that means is, in that exterior or ulterior or parallel or concurrent or intersecting or amalgamated like other world, if you measure life in the amount of thoughts that your brain can facilitate, the question is, if you only live as long as a fish will live out of water, how many thoughts do you generate compared to living the full life that you could have lived if you stayed in the water? So this is the dilemma, because do they not say your life flashes before your eyes? So there is an influx of massive amount of information. But perhaps this is why they call it crossing over, something shit like that. But whatever that next, what we are to water, whatever that is to us, we think it's space. Because of the physical, consequences. And therefore, fascism convinces us to associate, oh, well, obviously, if the next point of, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's hard to explain. But the, the kicker is you're correct in the association in that a human being's experience in space is essentially the same, maybe not mechanically, but essentially the same experience of a fish out of water on dry land. Or you don't have to go right there in some of this polluted water. Because imagine a fish in polluted water. What do you think would be worse, dying on dry land or dying in a lake where they just release 20,000 pounds of pig shit? And you're trying to, your whole school of kids were just, the eggs were just born. Good thing fish don't feel, huh? Until they're out of the water. And they seem to be a little bit aware of the fact that they're dying. So, whatever it is that death is the fish out of water experience, kind of. And see, because like the values. Well, I don't know, it's interpreting magic. So, in Buddhism, when you do great good, great evil comes. And another thing too is the story of the Buddha is challenged by his cousin Devadatta. And Devadatta is attempting to, basically he identifies the station that the Buddha has been elevated to in the minds of many people, and therefore perceived that, oh, if I can therefore best him or eliminate him because I'm next in command, I can assume this role as to dominate. So, which is kind of the flaw in Buddhism in one sense. Like, there's not really a way to stop it, I guess. Oh, I'll come and keep going, but that gets another point. So, but Buddhism does stand, and it's just realized this as a very so significant because Buddhism is somehow connected to an ideology that is absent of all gods. That's not to say that Buddhism is the originator of this type of godless system of psychological, social, emotional development or manipulation. We couldn't call it manipulation, like a type of brainwashing. That's fine. That's fair, but the byproduct is not the same as the byproduct of the CIA's brainwashing, or the school system's brainwashing, or the political party's brainwashing, or the military industrial complex's brainwashing, or the clergy's brainwashing. So I guess it's a matter of, or how this washes your brain. I guess it's just a matter of when it's done washing, what is it produced? When the Gitmo, the Danis were done being fed, force fed, to care for them, what was the end result? Thus was the intent. Some things just hurt. So Devadatta tried to take him out. And It was like some kind of long, drawn out struggle. And I forgot what happened to Debbie Data. But the story is the powerful enemy. So today I did a magic trick, and it came to me on the fly. Boom. And then after that, it was threatened to fall apart. And in one sense, if the details were further embellished, but you could definitely prison it on my file. So, because my work has cameras, and so everything would be. But anyways, and as it was threatened to fall apart, which is what I was trying to prevent it from happening in the first place. Man, I cast a magic spell, and the way you cast a magic spell, it's kind of like this sales. It's kind of like a magic spell, but not the same. And it's not really sales, anyways. As much as it kind of is, I don't know how to do this shit. I realize my work has got me so confused because they sell us so much more than we sell the people over the phone. Oh my gosh, it's talk about a fucking crazy fucking experience. I listen to myself and I'm like, holy shit, I don't even know what's fucking, I don't know if I'm lying to deceive the people, or if I'm like, this might sound, I don't care how this sounds, or because in this particular case, that's what the Buddha said. He used expedient means, which is like basically lie to you, so as you to challenge and discover the truth, essentially. And that's kind of what we have to do. We have to lie the fuck to these people, but it's crazy because you have to believe it because you really know that they don't know and will never believe you if you tell them the truth. What's actually happening. So it's a crazy situation. It's crazy as hell. So let me see here. I was able to hold that together, and then this is how you judge magic. You drop a pebble in a pond. It ripples and it comes back. Karma, people, this is how karma, you're reading karma essentially. You're reading the ripples through the people you interact with. So, when people are resonating to you a certain energy, this is not an act. This is human bonding. This is, in tribal societies, this is the way everybody was with each other. The riffs and the rafts, but the society was built in a way that the people could like everybody. So, and then a series of catastrophic successes put me in the position where I had to receive gifts. And this is powerful magic. That's what I'm talking about. This is dangerous magic. It's not good to get gifts. Ooh, that means you fucking stirred up a devil. A dragon devil. That motherfucker. You don't know what that fool's coming at you with. But the gifts that I got too, oh shit, it tells me that I fucked up. That I drew some fucking shit. And that, so, two figures. I guess technically three. No, just two. Two figures. Both, in my personal interpretation of symbolism, transcending reality in life. That means it is infused, amalgamated into life, a symbolism. I don't know, come on, it's real fucking life shit. So, what I am energizing my brain to in like my poetry and so forth, that's very specific in some cases. And from that specificity, I don't know, Jesus Christ. From that shit, being so focal, a direct resonation has penetrated to a point where it's real life. You know? This is why they create the phenomena of graduating, getting a promotion. See? No. You can do that in your daily life multiple times a day. You could do this at least once. You gotta stick and move. Bam, bam. You gotta just, you see it. Holy shit. Boom. Get the fuck in there. Smash the fuck out of that shit. And fucking run. Because if shit catches up to you, that means you're moving slow. And if that could catch up to you, the negativity's catching up to you. So it's coming. Because after great good comes great evil. So, and it's not a fault, because it's basically that it's repetition, it's pulses. So it is the process. But these are the gifts from what I would call, describe as the sacred, wild, maternal Mother Earth. I don't know, fucking fundamentally crazy. I'm talking about you guys ain't fucking around, man. And just, well, bear with me, everybody. I understand the critical analysis. We're gonna soften it down a little bit. It's okay. Again, that's my point. We are products of it. But within the product, yes, I got this shit. Along with half a bag of cornets. But there's a tit for tat relationship element going on about linguistics because of cultural connections and whatnot, and pronunciation of certain words. So the significance of corn, likewise, in our bond, and the Mother Earth symbolism, the water and the corn. Holy shit, you guys don't fucking get this shit. And then this fucking bitch had to go fuck the whole shit up. Came back over and gave me a little spirit. Straight up. That's, whoa. It's not as funny as it is. So, then the other figure, who is, I mean, like I said, you want the depth of it? My thing is this, I hope my story is compelling enough, and that the information that I present is riveting enough, or at least confrontational. Yes, I'm trying to make it confrontational, to initiate a confrontation. I'm not trying to hold your hand down what I think is a process, what I've created in my mind to be a process that people need to experience based on some delusion that the human state is being intentionally compressed into a tent ball of tension that extinguishes and suffocates what would otherwise be fundamentally core, uh, um, like total experiences, emotional, spiritual, that whole like again, the whole graduation of the whole. I joined a religion. I cried when I joined Christianity. Yeah, I cried. I when I first in Buddhism, when I first stopped believing in God, that was like I was like 27. That was like a gut wrenching experience because of the shit that I did in jail in the name of fucking God. I tripped the fuck out, man. I put my life on the line like fucking crazy. When I fucking came to the realization, like, holy shit, how the fuck did I do that? Damn, that was terrifying. I don't even think I've ever really, I don't know, but that hurt my gut. So I don't expect I mean, this is how it's gonna be. It's not. There's not no fucking cakewalk kind of bullshit. It's it's you have to do this shit, but the benefits are whatever you make. That's the craziness, and that's what like luminosity tries to portray itself as because it gives you memory, enhanced memory, cognitive skills. No, that's not neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is human social interaction and receiving gifts. There you go. That's the fucking man. God damn. Okay, I might as well. I'm not gonna. I literally pretty much the only beer I drink. Really. So it's kind of cheesy, I know, but so the other guy, the other symbol, gave me this. And another thing that I took out of Buddhism was that there is no greater blessing than to offer another person food. And see, that's ancient. That's why I know Buddhism is based on Hinduism. And Hinduism is based on Kaliism. And Kaliism is based on a very, very, what we would consider primitive, but massive chunk of human history that was a cultural phenomena of human dignity and fundamental cooperation, the byproduct of which the species thrived in a symbiotic global cultural phenomena with barrierless, boundless, no animosity, no human dysfunction, no predatory interaction at all, but pure mutual cooperation centered around feminine, maternal supremacy. Given any expression the brought about from it, whatever it is. From carving the rocks and stacking them to living in the open. So I gotta close this up. Food. I broke through some badass barriers. And I don't know how to say this, but you can't believe me, but don't believe them. Don't believe them. That's all I want. You ain't gotta believe me. You can find all the fucking problems with the shit that I say and contradict. That's cool. But stop believing them. Please stop believing them. Please stop believing them. That's what all this is telling me. At least I've earned the right to tell you, stop believing them. Please stop believing them. Please stop believing them. Please stop believing them. Please stop believing them. Stop believing these people. Holy shit.